Good day, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about self-esteem. Your self-esteem. Where you got it, why you have it, whether you're rocking a high self-esteem or whether it's in the pits. Okay, so let's figure out where you are with that. So what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is a healthy respect that you have or an impression, a favorable impression that you hold about yourself. But most of us don't hold a healthy impression about ourselves, do we? We think of all of the negatives about ourselves. Where do we get that? So let's talk about that. Starts when you're very young. When you're a little kid and you're moving around town and you're in the house and people that you meet in the store say, "Oh, she's so pretty." So the little girls are like, "Oh, thank you. I'm so pretty." And then the little boys are like, "Oh, he's so tall. He's so handsome." And they just get to feel all excited on the inside because they got a great compliment. But what happens to a child, a person, when someone says, "Well, they're so fun. You're so funny looking. You're not cute." Or you're fat, you look funny, you look dumpy, or you're really short. All of these things are what reinforce and create our own personal self-esteem. It is so difficult to be able to tell yourself positive things when you're looking at the world and you're looking at magazines and you're looking at television and you see all of these things. You identify with those people who look like you. And however they're being portrayed is making an impression on you. So all of those little things are creating your self-esteem. So there are two ways that you get self-esteem. The first way that you get your self-esteem is by the overt messages. What are those? The things people say to you. If they say, "Oh, that's not cute. You really shouldn't wear that because it makes you look funny," or "That's not your color," or "That hairstyle just doesn't look right on you." Whatever the negative comment is, that's overt. It's in your face. You heard it. It was right there. No mistaking it. But what about the subliminal messages? What are those? The subliminal messages are those that we take in that we don't even know that we're taking in. So, for instance, you're watching television, you see all the pretty models, or you see all the beautiful African American women, and you see the long blonde hair on the Caucasian women, and you just see this image. They're tall and they're beautiful and they look great. They've got their hair done, they've got the ponytail or whatever they have that they're rocking. And then you look at yourself, you say, I wonder if I can do my hair. I wonder if I can fix my makeup. I wonder if I can look like, because that's what the media is portraying as ideal. So then we start the comparison. Women are really bad for this. Men, I assume that it affects you too. But what does that do for you? So now you have this paradigm, you've got this vision, these glasses on of what someone else thinks is ideal, and now you're trying to match it. So no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to look at ourselves and know that we are unique, divine, and special, and we are beautiful, and all that we have and how we are is how we're supposed to be, and we're going to rock that. So the overt and the subliminal messages that we get, we don't even know all of the time that we're picking them up. It can be anywhere. Let's just talk about classroom settings as well. Because when you're young and you are in school, you get messages. You've got every little group. You've got the jocks, they're the ones, the athletes, the girls, the guys that play sports. You've got the nerdy group that's really smart. Sorry to call you nerds, but I mean that in the most affectionate way possible. You are the brainiacs. You're the ones that know how that play games, and you're on a computer, and you do your studies. You're rocking that group. Then you have the preppy group, the girls, the cheerleaders, the pretty girls. You've got everything in there, right? So you've got all these groups. And then sometimes you're in high school and you're trying to figure out, where do I fit? You don't really fit into any group. Students who are in that category, they feel really insecure because then they feel, I don't fit anywhere. What's wrong with me? Well, there's nothing wrong with you. So we want to work on that self-esteem and say, there's nothing wrong with you. You are fine just like you are, because see, your mission in life and where you're going and what you're going to do is uniquely your own. You have to look like what you look like. You have to be built like what you're built like in order to do what you have to do. So we know that we get these negative messages, right? So once we receive these messages and we start carrying them, they start weighing us down. How is that they weigh us down? Okay, so you're in the classroom. And you have been told all of your life, You're not going to be anything. You're not really smart. She's not smart. He's not really smart. He's challenged. He's a little slow. So we don't really expect much from you. People may not say that to you, but that may be what you're feeling. Or maybe you're in a family where you're compared to a sibling, older or younger. You might be told, why can't you be like so-and-so? They do well in school. They make great grades. What's wrong with you? So it cuts you to your core because you're being you. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe drawing is your thing. Maybe speaking is your thing. Maybe you have something else, a quality that you do very well that the other person doesn't. But right now, the focus is on education and your grades. So you start to internalize that you're not good enough. And you take that to school with you. You take it in the classroom. Now, what happens if you get in a classroom and the teacher never calls on you? You raise your hand, but they overlook you. Or they don't help you when you ask for help. So now you're feeling like you're invisible and you're not valuable and they don't care about you. So you don't raise your hand anymore. You don't try anymore. And when it gets tough and you really need to find that grit inside of you to keep going, to be the champion, you give up. Because in your mind, you're hearing you're a loser. You're never going to do anything. You're never going to be anything. So you embrace that and you say, why try? And you stop. So what I want to encourage you today to do is we're going to go through this journey together on silencing. Click, turn off the radio that's replaying in your mind. We're going to turn that off and we're going to write our own song. We're going to become the people that we know inside that we want to be. And we're not going to let others define who we are. So we understand now where self-esteem comes from, the overt and subliminal messages that we get. So now, if you like this video, I want you to subscribe to my channel and I want you to click like on this and then come back for part 2. We're going to dig in deep to this with this message and we're going to figure out and breathe life into ourselves so that we can go on and do great things. So you be blessed and have a great day.